Naval boarding action is an offensive tactic used in naval warfare to come up against or alongside an enemy watercraft and attack by inserting combatants aboard that vessel. The goal of boarding is to invade and overrun the enemy personnel on board in order to capture, sabotage, or destroy the enemy vessel. Hey guys, good morning. Today we're at the Louisiana State Museum at the Cabildo. We have a very cool piece to show you guys today. Very excited about this one. So right here we're looking at a model 1841 Confederate naval cutlass. This was used as a boarding sword during the Civil War. This knife here, or sword rather, was based off the United States model 1841. So what's really cool about this sword is it was made locally by a local sword and knife maker by the name of Agrider Dufilho. Agrider was born in France around 1826 and immigrated to the United States in 1856 and would set up shop on Custom House Street, I believe. And then on 21 Royal is where his shop was, and it remained there until 1867 after the Civil War. And what's interesting about Agrider is after 1867, there was no real mention of him in any newspapers or any type of sale listings of knives or swords. So it's really a mystery of what happened to this really great knife maker after the war. All right, so here it is, the model 1841 naval cutlass made by Agrider Dufilho. This sword was based off of the United States model 1841. Prior to that, the Ames Manufacturing Company actually made the model 1832 foot artillery sword. Then the US would make the 1841 model, and then when the war broke out between the states, the Confederate States had to, of course, make their own edge tools and weapons. And this is a Confederate Navy cutlass right here. So, starting with the hilt back here, you can see the very cool fish scale type grip on the handle. The D-guard, which was very popular with the boarding swords, because these were designed for close quarter battles on ships or defending ships. So you wanted a nice D-guard to protect your hand from slipping off that very cool fish scale grip. You can see the pommel there with the nut on the end. Double-edged. And you can barely make it out, but I can see it. You can see the maker's mark right there on the bevel line in the middle of the blade there. It says Dufilho, New Orleans. Okay, and we can barely make it out, but you can almost see, and I got a good image of it on my cell phone, but right there above my finger, you can see the maker's mark, and it says Dufilho, New Orleans, on this model 1841 Confederate naval cutlass.